Roger, over.
Oh, got it! Woohoo!
Roger, there's troubleshooting.
What the fuck is that? No, did you box moving target?
Here, too.
No, I took an auto track.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow, look at that, man. Look at it fly.
Among his staff are 7 trusted major generals who head the technical services of the ASF, each a key man in America's plan for victory. Oldest technical body in the Army Service Forces is the Quartermaster Corps, traditionally the Army's tailors and caterers. 70,000 different items of food, clothing, and equipment, other than arms, must be regularly supplied by these men for the millions of American troops at home or on the invasion front, as well as many objects destined for Lend-Lease aid to America's allies. Every day, at home or abroad, from quartermaster depots, are coming in a continuous flow all the innumerable workaday necessities without which an army cannot live and cannot fight. The Corps of Engineers numbers in its elite the intelligentsia of the Army. Its role as troubleshooter and trailblazer for American forces overseas has made its part in the invasion of the Axis fortress a basic one. Army engineers must be ready to demolish or construct in every corner of the world at war. The Army Map Service, operated by the Corps of Engineers, has issued to every American expeditionary force accurate topographic information, checked and brought constantly up to date by expert cartographers and a staff of aerial photo analysts. High-speed offset presses have already supplied close to 1,000 tons of detailed maps to American forces overseas. Each map a tile in the mosaic of invasion. Upon no department of the Army Service Forces have invasion requirements made greater demands than upon the Ordnance Department, charged with designing and procuring all weapons and vehicles with which the Army fights and travels. But in a year and a half of war, American arms production has caught up with and surpassed the combined output of the Axis nation. Today, the Signal Corps of the ASF stands ready to set up and maintain the network of communications on which all future combined sea, air, and land operations depend for success. The Chemical Warfare Service, knowing well the lengths to which desperation may drive a cornered enemy, is ready to make reprisals in kind should the Axis resort to the use of poison gas. In training, following doctrines laid down by the Chemical Warfare Service, soldiers have been conditioned to gas attacks, become adept in the use of chemical smoke screens. The medical department of the ASF, confronted with problems of medicine, surgery, and hygiene on every continent, has its plans well evolved to combat injury and disease on any and every front. And due to their diligence and research, thousands of lives will have been saved, many an epidemic averted in occupied territory. The transit of tens of millions of tons of supplies and millions of fighting men is the function of the Army Service Forces Transportation Corps, whose men have learned in camp to act as stevedores in distant bridgehead ports and as railroad men in war areas to ensure the delivery of supplies without loss of time to the fighting front.
images. In one scene, he appears with his deputy, Ayman al-Zawahiri, walking in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan. Another scene shows the burning towers of the World Trade Center. The tape was found amidst a mountain of material recovered from bin Laden's lair. The computer disks, handwritten notes, and tapes have now convinced intelligence analysts that bin Laden, to the very end, remained the center of his al-Qaeda network. A senior intelligence official today called the compound an active command and control center. There is clear evidence bin Laden was involved in mapping terror plans and giving tactical directions. Bin Laden, it seems, was also obsessed with his public image. This video clip shows bin Laden apparently rehearsing a speech in front of an armoire, which officials believe was inside his compound. This is another practice session in front of a wrinkled sheet that may have been draped to hide the background. And here's a clip showing an al-Qaeda blooper of sorts, bin Laden with a false start and a take two. Officials did find what seems to be at least one finished yet unreleased bin Laden tape, in which the al-Qaeda leader rails against America. It was apparently recorded late last year, sometime between October 9th and November 5th. It's also clear bin Laden had a streak of vanity. In all of the rehearsal tapes, and in the last videotape message that was released in 2007, the terror mastermind appears with a dyed black beard. In the candid tape of his TV viewing session, bin Laden's beard was gray, the same color it was last Sunday when he was shot and killed by Navy SEALs. While the government has no plans right now to release any more of the evidence, a senior intelligence official says the U.S. now has unquestionable proof that it was bin Laden who was killed. A final analysis of DNA calculates the odds of it being anyone else at 1 in 11.8 quadrillion. Finally, U.S. officials also say the future leadership of al-Qaeda is now an open question. Bin Laden's deputy, Ayman al-Zawahiri, is the presumed successor, but there are new indications he may be falling out of favor. Anthony?
Bob Orr in Washington. Thanks, Bob.